Streaming on TikTok happens to be the biggest craze right now. Hi everybody, I'm Jolie B, or you can call me Joy. I'm actually going to talk to you guys about how to stream on TikTok, why you should stream on TikTok, and everything in between. So let's get into it. Why is streaming on TikTok good? Well, I personally feel like there's a lot of traffic that goes through TikTok every day. So usually if you already have a big following and all of the above, of course, absolutely, people are going to want to watch you on Twitch or like any other streaming platform. If you do stream on TikTok, this creates more of a closer connection with this big audience that you already built for yourself. And it's just a lot nicer to stream on TikTok sometimes, especially if you're a yapper like me. So how do you stream on TikTok? There has been many videos released, many sort of ways to start. So I thought you had to have 6,000 followers to get a stream key, and you don't need that. Crazy, right? I personally only have 2,000 followers, and when I first started, I only had about like 1,200 followers. And all you have to really do is just apply for TikTok Live Studio, which you can actually do through your browser. And that's exactly what I did. I don't know how much different it is streaming with a stream key and streaming through TikTok Live Studio. So this is going to be more or less me telling you how I stream from TikTok Live Studio. Before I get into how to set up TikTok Live Studio, I want to talk about why it's a good idea to start streaming on TikTok. Streaming on multiple platforms also reaches a broader audience, not only just on Twitch, but on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter now, I'm pretty sure. I personally just only stream on both Twitch and TikTok. Twitch is a common platform for streaming, and I have most of my follower and following through TikTok. So if people like my videos and they want to see more of me, then they can watch me go live. I can show you guys some analytics. I'll pop it up right here. But when I started streaming on TikTok, I went from 1,200 to 2,000 followers within about a month or two. I think people like me going live rather than watching me through my TikTok videos. They would rather watch me go live than watch my videos, and that's totally okay. I'm so cool with that. But the only issue is this is from a standpoint of someone who only streams twice a week. So definitely utilize TikTok if you're already a streamer and you have the following and you can have access to TikTok Live Studio. It'll just boost your connection. It'll push your account out to people that like your content. We are going to get into setting up TikTok Live Studio. So here we are on TikTok. The perfect place to start is to make sure you have the following, and I believe you need about 1,000 followers to request access to TikTok Live Studio. And how to get there is on, at least through your desktop, you're going to hover over your name and then you're just going to click on Live Studio. Now, personally, I already have TikTok Live Studio. I believe instead of this button here of a free download, you apply. They'll basically give you access, and you have to hit all these tiers to make sure that you are withholding your TikTok Live Studio for a certain amount of days. And I will get into that. So after you gain access and download it, this is actually how it's going to look. There's a lot going on here. It does look confusing at first, but I promise it gets easy. It doesn't really look like OBS. It's relatively easy to use. We have like a couple things here, and let me first start off with the tiers. So when you gain access, it's going to make you go through 3 tasks to retain your live studio. So if you click on your account and you go to your live access, this window is going to pop up here, and you're going to first have get 14-day access. And they don't ask for a lot. You only have to do these 3. Live studio access currently not suspended or revoked, so that means follow TikTok's guidelines. Live access suspended for less than 1 time in the last 30 days, and have at least 1,000 followers. So that's where it is that you have to have at least 1,000 followers to gain 14-day access. To get 180-day access, which is what I have right now, you just want to make sure that your live studio is not suspended or revoked within the 7-day period, and then you go live with Live Studio at least 2 times, and it only has to be for 25 minutes. So if you want to go live separately on TikTok to make sure you're getting access to your 180-day access, do it. If you want to multi-stream, do it. You know, there's no reason as to why you shouldn't multi-stream. Before I get into these scenes, I want to jump into OBS and explain as to why I could not figure out how to basically convert my virtual screens to TikTok Live Studio. So this is my OBS, and if you go to docs, and you can actually download vertical screens through online, you just look up OBS vertical screens and it should be there. So this is originally how I wanted my streams to look, and this is honestly a wonderful way to kind of use only one engine, but unfortunately it just was not working for me. I even had it to where when I change my scenes that it changes with my vertical scenes. But the reason why I didn't continue setting this up, I'll throw in the link down below to the person who taught me how to set this up. But basically I couldn't get the size of this vertical to transfer to TikTok Live Studio. So let's get into that. When you do TikTok Live Studio and you want to set up your camera, so we'll just go to just chatting. This is the camera here. You have to use your virtual camera. So if you click on your virtual camera, it only has this option, is 1920 by 1080 and nothing else. If anyone else eventually can tell me how to change the resolution to the correct size, I would absolutely love that. It ends up looking like this, and then I still can't change it. So if you do want to stream from both OBS and TikTok Live Studio, I would just highly suggest to stream from both OBS and TikTok Live Studio separately. That way you don't encounter any of these issues, you get stressed out, etc. Like I said again, I don't know if it's different with a stream key. It could be, and I'm just not well informed, or maybe TikTok Live Studio needs an update. All right, lastly, let's go through TikTok Live Studio and all the features that they have within it. So this is where your scenes are. Once you create a new scene, it's going to look like this. So you can use their pre-made scenes already. I think it's a really good idea if you don't have any sort of overlays, but mine are usually personally blank. I'll just create one so you guys can see. Let's do yellow, and it's going to look something like this. Your camera will be up here, and then this will be here, or your gameplay. If you would like to look at the sources, this is what they have. They have game capture for virtual camera, your camera, etc. You can use just the camera here, display capture, which is the whole monitor screen, which is what I use. Window capture is basically specific windows you want to share, links, videos. You can cast through your phone, you can cast through both iOS and Android. But capture card, and you would rather use that for your camera, you can also use that. And then these are really important down here. So you have a chat box, you have alerts, goals, viewer ranking, text, images, and countdown. So put my follower goal here. You can change the goal within the goal widget. And then here it are alerts. So you don't have to have the sound on, but it is nice for people to see that they followed you, or that they sent a gift, or tipped you, etc., or subscribed. So having that up here I found most convenient, especially because below here in this area, in this blank space that I have, that's where chat's gonna be. So you don't really want to set it up to where chat is going to cover up your gameplay, your camera. I've seen people have the camera below the gameplay, that way the gameplay is on top. This is just what's worked best for me. So this is my gaming screen, and I just keep everything in this layout. And then the last few things, you can do polls through here, live goals. People love being engaged on TikTok. I've learned, like I said in the beginning, as much as I love to yap, people on TikTok love to yap. So if you are a very charismatic person and loves to talk, loves to yap, people are gonna love you regardless. Here is a little bit of like a mobile preview in case you're like, well, what's it gonna look like? Well, this is what's gonna look like. Last thing that I think is really important on TikTok is subscriptions. As much as you push out your subscriptions through other streaming platforms, you most definitely should push it through TikTok. Lastly, we're gonna get into the bottom here. And in the bottom bar, there's going to be a settings tab. This is where you can actually run your live quality. You can search your recording. So yeah, you can actually record through TikTok Live Studio instead of having to do it through OBS. And there's also hotkeys that you can set up as well. This is effects. If you add your camera, you can add effects onto your camera. And then in the audio mixer, this is where you control your audio settings. So for your microphone and your audio, you actually can have a sound check, and you can mute your live here. So super cool. And then before we finish up here in TikTok Live Studio, I wanted to show you guys some rest of the features that TikTok Live Studio has to offer. The live data will be right here, and it'll show you basically all your gifters, all your donators, views, followers, subscribers, and change your title and everything up here. This is where you can put a photo, select your moderators. You can choose your topic here. You want to change your about me so that people know and understand like who you are, what you do, what you're doing. And here are the few topics. And if you're mainly a gaming streamer, if you go here, you can find your game through here. Then over here, this is your live chat. This is where chat is. So, and you can see who gifted and subscribed here, which is really convenient. When people do gift and sub, it is really important to thank them. They love that. And then your go live button is down here. And that's kind of about it for TikTok Live Studio. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was informative for you guys. It took me a while to figure out how to set up both, so I hope that this kind of was a breakdown on how to set it up and get it going. Or if you don't have a stream key and you have to use both OBS and TikTok Live Studio separately, because well, it is what it is sometimes. I will link the videos down below that did help me get through this, so please feel free to check them out in case you need a more in-depth explanation. Otherwise, I appreciate y'all. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you have any other questions, please feel free to drop them down below in the comment section and I will try my best to get to you guys, or if I need to make another video, I will also do that too. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.